It is time. It is right now. Speed Gaming 3, 8 p.m. Eastern. 2019, Week 4 of the Swiss Rounds. 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. And it's the first of 3 matches between the undefeateds. Coming up later, the defending champion Edgeworth takes on the Buzzsaw, Minochi 85. That's going to be in about 27 hours from now. Later on, Cinco de Mayo, the Dragon Slayer, Wilcliosis, takes on the Lone Wolf. One fine day. But tonight, live on Twitch, twitch.tv/SpeedGaming3 brings you the first match. Crab Cakes, the Mastermind, takes on the Panther, ShadowWalker 227. Randomized, the captain of the ship, the Sail the High Seas of the 2019 Spring Tournament, is the Thief. The Thief class is forced. It's in the upper left corner of each player's screen. Walking the plank and banned for the 4th week is the White Mage. No White Mages whatsoever. So let's take a look at the party composition. Obviously the Force Thief, a fighter, comes in second for both players. Red Mage in the 3rd slot, and wouldn't you know it, a Black Mage in the 4th slot. So both players will be running the same party right now. The winner moves on to 4-0. They will bypass the play-in race, which both players have already qualified for at 3 wins. They will move directly to the bracket stage and qualify for that, already being undefeated to get this far. We've had incredible shows from both players. They have stormed through the competition so far, but right now, it's crunch time. Left side of your screen, Crab Cakes, the Mastermind. Right side of your screen, ShadowWalker 227. We call him the Panther. Tonight, live on Speed Gaming 3. The runners are in the starting blocks, and we are ready to go. Towns are shuffled, except for Canaria, the initial town. Both players will see white and black magic in level 1. Sail the High Seas is the theme of the tournament. We're going to have a free canal that will open up access to an absolute ton of the world. Extended open progression is on. Having the floater and some sort of sea vessel will yield you the airship to jump into the air. 2 loose items will be out there. There are a few that are not necessarily required, sometimes are and sometimes aren't. That's the ruby. The ribbon will not be, the tail not necessarily or really at all either, unless you really want to make it be. Could those be loose? Could the Mystic Key be loose and the loot be loose? It could be anywhere. We're going to find out real soon, right here live on Speed Gaming. White Magic, ShadowWalker gets there. It's Heal 3, that's locked out in the 2nd slot. Black Magic, not much. It's Quake, Confuse, Rub, and Ice. Both players are picking up Quake. I gotta think, yep, ShadowWalker's getting confused as well. Ruse and Fog 2 also in level 1 White Magic. Interesting decisions that both players are going to have to make for that Red Mage that they have. Gold bracelets are for sale in Canaria. That's 32,000 gold. Both players are going to make a note of that, as well as the iron armor for potential early game as they have a fighter. ShadowWalker has picked up 3 wooden armors for his light warriors. There's cabins for 110 gold. That's a little bit expensive. Crab Cakes has seen it. ShadowWalker's about to see it. He sees the cabins for $110. Houses are incredibly cheap at $577, but we can't use them right now. Crab Cakes is out of Canaria and blazing her way with a huge run in the front of the encounter table, diving right into the Temple of Fiends in a huge run. This is one of the greatest runs I've ever seen. Crab Cakes picks up 150 gold and runs into some wolves. ShadowWalker's going to follow the same about 3 seconds later, except he's going to use the cabin that he bought and save outside. It doesn't look like he hard reset. Speaking of reset, Crab Cakes has to take a reset from the wolves. ShadowWalker's about to run into them. Right side of your screen. No, he's not. He did hard reset. He's got the huge run. Aegis Shield is picked up for ShadowWalker in a silver helmet. Crab Cakes is going to reverse and do what ShadowWalker did. She picks up a cab and she's going to use one outside just like ShadowWalker did. There's the wolves. The wolves start to attack. Paralysis touch. ShadowWalker gets Quake off. Fell into crack. Fell into crack. Fell into crack. Fell into crack. Ineffective and a fell into crack. Another Quake from ShadowWalker. The wolves are gone. Crab Cakes grabs the silver helmet and the Aegis Shield. She doesn't bother with 150 gold. She's going to run into the wolves, potentially. Nope, she's the first to Garland. We'll see if she runs into the wolves as well. A run, and she's going to fire Quake into Garland. Fell into Crack. Garland is gone. ShadowWalker taking on Garland. Fires Quake into Garland. Fell into Crack. Terminated. There's the wolves for Crab Cakes. We know that they have at least some sort of stun touch. ShadowWalker does not see them. He has a chit-chat with the King of Canaria. He hands over the Mystic Key. Princess Sarah hands over the Chime. Crab Cakes did not get the Aegis Shield or the Silver Helmet. She had to reset. She's going to fire Crack into Garland. She could not get through the wolves. ShadowWalker utilizing the Mystic Key already. He's in Canaria Castle. He's going to get 6 chests. Crab Cakes rescues Princess Sarah. She gets the Mystic Key from the King of Canaria and the Chime from Princess Sarah. There's a stick from ShadowWalker and a couple bucks. There's the Game Changer has been located for ShadowWalker. He picks up an Opal Armor as well as 15,000 gold. This is shaping up very well for both players. Crab Cake's about to pick up her 15,000 gold Opal Armor and her Vorpal Blade. ShadowWalker immediately back to Canaria. He's going to pick up as many heal potions as he can and a ton of cabins. Softs are very inexpensive as well. It's 171 gold. He'll get a couple of houses as well for those very cheap real estate prices. An endgame weapon has already been located for both players. Required Mystic Key and required Chime. Crab Cakes returns to the armor shop. She's picking up some iron armor for her fighter. And back to the weapon shop as well. Digs out a short sword for her fighter. Both players with all 4 light warriors standing. Where do we go to next? Is a trip to Matoya's cave necessary here? I don't see it. Both players have the money. The real question is, does either player or both or neither want to go to the old Provoca? Remember, the towns are shuffled. If that's still Provoca or Elfland, that's huge. ShadowWalker's the first to leave Canaria. He's running the bridge sequence. Does he skip Matoya? He's got the money. Is there something important in there? Let's see what he does. He saves at the junction. He's just going to check the town. That's what he's doing. Saves right there. Different kind of junction save, but ShadowWalker knows the encounter table already. This is why these players are 3-0. Look what ShadowWalker just did. Goes here, finds Gaia, don't need it, quick reset, boom, he's actually going to head back to Matoya. You want to learn how to play this game? These are 2 players that you can sit back and watch, learn from, sit back, enjoy, have a beverage, do whatever it is that you want. ShadowWalker makes it to Matoya. 5,000 gold, a wizard stick, and an ice shield. ShadowWalker says he's keeping it. I think that's a good move. He's going to move the wizard staff down to the thief. So the thief can have... ShadowWalker intends to keep the thief alive until at least a required marsh cave. That could potentially come early. That is his plan, then he will let go of the thief. Crabcakes makes her way to Matoya. She's going to get her ice shield and her wizard staff. ShadowWalker out to a nice little quick game here. ShadowWalker's going to save at the junction and return to the Temple of Fiends. He's going to use the Mystic Key and check the keylock chest in the Temple of Fiends. These gargoyles can hit hard without the armor. ShadowWalker doesn't care. Finds the Bane Sword. It's the game clincher. He's been pivotal throughout this entire tournament. The Bane spell and the Bane Sword itself has won games for multiple players, taking out the final boss. Fire 2 from the wolves. The wolves are packing. They got heat as well. A whole bunch of heat. He's going to fire the Bane Sword. ShadowWalker. He's really just trying to get the information on these 2 chests at the top. Crabcakes makes her way. She finds Gaia. She's going to check the item shop, looking for a vendor item. She did not see it. She's going to check for silver swords now. She finds it. Picks up a silver sword for her red mage and her fighter. ShadowWalker looking to check the 2 keylock chests. Can he get through and get away from these gargoyles? They rolled 5 hits, but that iron armor, I believe it's iron armor, is really protecting him. He just wants to know the contents. He doesn't like it. He's going to reset. There's the silver swords equipped for Crabcakes. ShadowWalker just cannot get away from the gargoyles. Cannot run. Dave is down to 1 knee. 12 HP. 8. 2 HP. Cannot get away. The gargoyles dismantle ShadowWalker. He's going to go back for those other 2. Crabcake's starting to close in. She goes through the bridge. She's not even going back to Canaria to save. She's headed towards the junction. She passes on the Temple of Fiends. Crabcakes takes the lead now. ShadowWalker draws 3 gargoyles. He gets away with the thief. It's a heal helmet for money, 413 gold. ShadowWalker resets. He's going to go check that 150 gold. He's going back for the bottom one. Okay. Crabcakes gets through a fight, gets a level. Goes ahead and resets, taking advantage of that long run. 200 gold in a pro cape. There's 2 pro capes in the game. They are mage usable. They act as a shield in your equipment that you can equip and use. It's the only shield that any mage can use. Crabcake's going to use that mystic key, pick up a cabin. There's the legendary Excalibur located in the dwarf cave. Not too much else. 2 endgame weapons have been found. The Game Changer and the legendary Excalibur. ShadowWalker's on his way. He's going to pick up his Excalibur. We are dead even in a dead heat. 7.5 minutes in. Live. On Twitch. Later on, we will be re-uploaded and reloaded over on YouTube, so you can watch this great battle as many times as you want. Crabkicks has made her way to Northwest Castle. There's 3 locked chests here. There's also a couple trap tiles that include mummies. Do those interest her? I can't think that they do, given spell selection so far. There's a copper bracelet. We'll see if Crabcakes decides to equip that. She does, and she puts it on the Black Mage. ShadowWalker starts to leave Northwest Castle. Look at Crabcakes save, hard reset. Watch this run. She'll be able to get all the way to the old Elfland. Is this Lefane? Is it Provoca? Is it the Elfland itself? It is Provoca, our players. Oh, it keeps getting faster and faster. Crabcakes directly to Bicky, has a little chit-chat with Bicky. ShadowWalker's going to pick up his copper bracelet in the Northwest Castle, and his about 10,000 gold. Crabcakes fires Quake into the group of pirates. Takes out all but one. She's going to fire another Quake. Fell into crack. Terminated other pirates. 8 minutes, 45 seconds. Crabcakes takes them out. ShadowWalker stays at the junction. He's headed towards the old Elfland. He's going to be happy when he sees the new Provoca. Bicky hands over the tail. No progression. Non-required tail it is. Crabcakes checks the armor shop. She's looking for pro rings. She does not find it. Black Magic level 2. Fast is available, along with Fire 3 and Ice 3. The ammunition gets stronger. There's Wall and Exfer and level 2 White Magic. ShadowWalker's got more decisions to make with that red mage. It's going to be Ice 3, Fast, and some sort of other White Magic spell. Crabcakes get that information now. I'd like to thank Danny3883 in the background and all the work that you've done this entire tournament. She's making all these notes right here so that we can bring you fans this great show. We'll know what the towns are. Speaking of the towns, Crabcakes leaves. ShadowWalker uses the Wizard Staff. He got initiative with the Wizard Staff to take out the pirates. Crabcakes was on her way to Marsh Cave and forgot about the key-locked small armory in Elfland Castle. And it's worth it. It's a flame armor and a Thor's hammer. That Thor's hammer is huge. Not only can the thief use potentially the Wizard Staff, but they can use a whole bunch of lightning 2s that will not run out of spell charges. ShadowWalker picks up his tail in the new Provoca. He spends 20,000 gold on, what was that? Steel armor. ShadowWalker spends all of his reserves, mostly. He bought a steel armor without checking, because he'll find the flame armor in the northwest, in the Elfland Castle area. Both players seem to have maybe not gone there first. Crabcakes has entered the Marsh Cave. We're nearing the 11-minute mark. You could see that great run. Crabcakes almost makes it to the final floor. She runs into unrunnable undead. 3 undead bones and a crawl who always rolls multiple hits. Fire 3 dispatches them, except the crawl, who has poison touch and a couple of hits. Crabcakes has to use 2 Fire 3s to get through. ShadowWalker picks up his Thor's hammer and his flame armor. He's on his way towards the Marsh Cave. Marsh Cave is required at this point. We do not have any type of progression. It's either loose or it's in the incentive chest. Quake against the Scums is a tough role to work for CC, but she gave it a shot. There's the Thor's hammer. Scums resist a whole lot of things. There's the Mux. That's the Scum's sister. ShadowWalker is checking a linked chest, gets 6,000 gold. That's a linked chest. That's one of the 4 chests at the top of Marsh Cave that neither player has gone for. Cupcakes gets to level 5. She's healing up, trying to protect herself. She does not want to die this again. Encounter after encounter. This is the price you pay for that huge run. ShadowWalker fires Crake, and it lands on both crawls. That was the formation that he got. ShadowWalker has made it to the basement of Marsh Cave. He's going to hit a whole bunch of fights, back-to-back unrunnable scums. There's a rune sword to pick up for Crabcakes. She's getting bat blocked. She refuses to walk around the bat and waits it out. 13,000 gold. The riches continue. 7,000 gold. The money is there for this seed. Crabcakes has made it to the incentivized chest, and she gets a chance to strike first against the wizards. She's down to 2 light warriors, and she gets away, and she picks up the incentivized ship. One more chest to the right. CC is going for it. ShadowWalker's at level 5. He's through the mucks. Or it's going to be the scums. He's going to have to fight the mucks now. Crabcakes is going to clear this. There's one more chest in the upper right-hand area. It's right here. It's a silver dagger. Could potentially be used on the black mage for melee, but I can't think that we'll see that. Here's some tarantulas and spiders. Interesting formation. They don't seem to be doing too much damage into CC. He uses the lightning 2 of the Thor's hammer to wipe most of them out. ShadowWalker draws 3 wizards in the wizard chest formation. He's going to try to run, mostly. Thor's hammer's not going to take him out. Nice 3 will, though. It will not, excuse me. Wizards are Wizards! Wizards just took out the red mage. That's Ted. ShadowWalker says, I'm out of here. He runs, he gets away. He's got his ship now. Nearing the 14-minute mark, there's werewolves with paralysis touch into Crabcakes. Her fighter is paralyzed, but she gets off an ice 3 from her red mage. Rudy gets the job done. ShadowWalker's checking the keylock chest. He's going to take another wizard fight? Cobra, there's a trap tile here. You have to take a trap tile to check this chest. It's a 3 wizard fight. The other one was 6 cobras. Crabcakes is near getting out of the marsh cave. ShadowWalker picks up a house. He's full clearing this. He does not want to come back here. My understanding is that he will skip the top of marsh in this scenario. Crabcakes is out. She's got her ship. She saves. Hard resets. Watch the big run. She'll stop and save fairly quickly. Right about... No, she did not. Runs into the wolves. She's going to take them out. Ice 3 from ShadowWalker into the werewolves. That's what Crabcakes did to take them out. Very effective. For a quick recap, the King of Canary gave us the Mystic Key. Princess Sarah gave us the Chime. The old Elfland is Provoca. Bicky handed over the tail. Incentivized Marsh Cave held the ship as Crabcake starts to sail the high seas. The original town of Provoca was shuffled to the new town of Gaia. I missed whether or not there was a vendor item for sale in the new Provoca. I don't see it. Danny's telling me, okay. There's the werewolves again for ShadowWalker. He's trying to get out of the marsh cave. He's got a little bit of a hike left in front of him, but he's got the thief still alive, trying to run. Thief gets rocked for 60 damage. Crabcakes returns to Canaria, buys some supplies, jumps back in her boat. She's headed through the free canal. She's going to go to the original Melmond location. The desired town to find would be Crescent Lake. Key item. Also Elfland, level 3 and 4 magic. Everything's a dud. It's Lefane. Crabcakes is now going to set sail again. Going to head towards the original Crescent Lake location. Same scenario. ShadowWalker's 1 step away from getting out of the marsh cave. Gets ambushed by only 2 shadows. He gets away. ShadowWalker's out of the marsh cave. He saves. He's going to use the long run. He is not. ShadowWalker's going north. ShadowWalker checked the Mystic Key chests. He's going to go north. There's 3 chests up here that he does not know the contents of. There's 2 on the bottom. He already has that. It was 6,000 or 7,000 gold. Crabcakes is in the woods on her way to the old Crescent Lake. Ice 3 gets her level 7 as she takes out some undead and a troll. Or some bulls and a troll. Thor's hammer doing work for ShadowWalker, and it's the unrunnable crawl. Down goes the crawl. ShadowWalker checking ground that Crab Cakes decide to skip. Here's one chest, it's a cabin. Crab Cakes hitting encounter after encounter. She is doing this on purpose. She can save and reset and run. She wants levels, she wants HP, she wants spell charges. Level 8 for CC. ShadowWalker picks up a power stick, that's sellable. But given the riches that we have, you can see ShadowWalker's not even healing because he doesn't care. He just wants the information. Trying to get away, and he does. One more chest down here. There's actually two, but the only contents of one. There's the pro rings for sale in the armor shop. Pretty expensive. We'll call it 24,000 gold, as the old Crescent Lake is the new Melmond. This will not help much. CC's going to take a look at the level 5 magic. White magic. Cure 4 will be Red Wizard learnable only. Red Wizard. Second slot. Top and bottom are Red Mage. It's Nuke. 7,000 gold. Both Red Mage and Black Mage learnable. Top and bottom slot for the Red. First, second, and fourth slot for the Black Mage. You see a Nuke, that's really all you need. CC has bought that. She is now leaving the Crescent Lake area. She's going to jump back into her boat. Earth Cave potentially on the table. Grapkix is headed north. He's headed towards the town of the original Onrak, trying to dig out Crescent Lake. Odds are decently heavy that this will be Crescent Lake. No, she's not. She's on an inner, she's on an inner inlet there. CC's returning to the main continent. ShadowWalker gets the bad news of Lefane being in the old Melmond. Given the fact that we've seen both Lefane and Melmond, if I was to make a prediction, I would think that that old Onrak with the town shuffle does yield Crescent Lake and potentially the slab, or something that leads to the slab. Crab Cakes is going to the Earth Cave. This is a great play. She's going to save outside hard reset and utilize that long run to pick up some chests and see what in the world is going on in this match. Look at the chat. Scream about Earth. Falconic FF is here. John Reese. Lord Hayati. Nax plus Pi. Nax plus Pi pointing out live here on Speed Gaming that these are essentially free. Look at those quick resets. ShadowWalker using a different type of port. He's headed back towards the old... There's the defense sword. Another 10,000 gold. ShadowWalker is headed back towards the old Provoca-town. We know that's the new Gaia. He's looking for the vendor item. When he saw this town, he just reset. He's got to go back here because he did not check it early in the game. For all he knows, this could be the floater here for sale. That's what he's returning. He's also going to look to probably pick up some supplies as well. Crab Cakes run into a bull with stun touch. Here's some Cobras. Once again, paying the price for that long run, as she's trying to get out of here with that defense sword and another chunk of change. Crabcakes gets out, saves, hard resets, she's leaving. Crabcakes more than likely going to jump in the boat and potentially head to that old Onrak area. ShadowWalker is going to get the information that the vendor item is not here. Okay, Crabcakes is returned to the Intercontinent. I believe this is a dwarf... No? I don't remember actually Crabcakes checking the two chests in Dwarf Cave, but she's headed towards the key-locked area in the Temple of Fiends. ShadowWalker is sailing the high seas. We'll see where it is that he's going. It looks like the original Onrak. My guess is that this is Crescent Lake, with either the slab or something that leads to it. Perhaps a dynamite. Maybe an adamant, crystal herb, something along those lines. We do not have the canoe. We cannot check the Oasis caravan area. It could be Elfland as well with the herb for sale. Why Elfland would have the herb, I don't know. ShadowWalker doing what Crabcakes did a little bit earlier, taking a couple fights along the way in this area. Couldn't quite get through. He's going to go ahead and reset. He's down to 3 warriors. The old on-rack is Crescent Lake. Looking for a vendor item. He does not find it. We have already found the pro rings. We've already found the gold bracelets. ShadowWalker, great move. Just skips the armor shop. Doesn't need it. There's Warp. Warp is going to be locked out to the Red Mage and Red Wizard. However, of course, the Black Mage can learn it. Crab Cakes is headed back towards the Marsh Cave. ShadowWalker has found the Circle of Sages who are off their meds. Czar, what did you do this time? ShadowWalker picks up the dynamite as predicted. We think that this will lead to the slab. ShadowWalker has had superior routing in this match. He made these checks already. There wasn't really much here. Now Crackcakes had to double back and do it. ShadowWalker leaves the new Crescent Lake area. He's back in his boat. He's going to head directly to the Dwarf Cave. Both players at 3-0. The winner will move to 4-0. Punch their ticket to the brackets and the top 16, where they will move on next week to face one of 2 players who will also move to 4-0. It will be decided about 26 hours from now as the defending champion Edgeworth takes on the Buzzsaw Minochi 85. It could be the winner of that match playing the winner of this match, or it could be the winner of the match that comes up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. The Dragon Slayer, Wookleos, is taking on the Lone Wolf. One fine day. We'll have 3 undefeateds after this. This is the first match of them. Nearing the 25-minute mark. ShadowWalker has established a bit of a lead, but he's only at level 6. Crabcakes definitely has a light warrior party advantage as she's got a stone black mage. ShadowWalker re-enters the Dwarf Cave. He's going to turn his TNT, have a chit-chat with Narek. Is this the slab or something that leads to it? It is neither. It's a water vessel. It's the canoe. With access to both water vessels, this opens up a lot of things. ShadowWalker now has access to the caravan and its potential shop item. He has access to the waterfall location and its incentivized item in 6 chests. He has access to the entire ice cave and its incentivized item. He also has access to the Gurgu volcano. But ShadowWalker 227 is sailing south, south, south to Castle of Ordeal. I'd like to thank you, the fans, for joining us right here live on Speed Gaming. Later on, re-uploaded on YouTube. We've had one heck of a tournament, everybody. You know, the matches have been so competitive. We've had surprises, we've had upsets. New players that never even got through our new player initiative. The Ducklings, led by Moist Mogwai, and backed up by so many other players and all the support. They wanted to play, they wanted to jump in, they love the game, and they love the community. We can't thank you enough. I'd like to remind you that if you are interested in playing this casually, competitively, having fun, just enjoying it, the best way to start really is FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Links to our Discord, a What's New section on top that explains so much if you just want to learn about it and want to join us. We have multiple and many players and people really that join us in a Discord that they don't really play the game that much. They did. They don't necessarily play competitively, but they come out and they join us. ShadowWalker hits a whammy. Oh gosh, that's not a whammy at all. ShadowWalker is through the pillar maze quickly, as Crabcake starts to recheck what ShadowWalker already did. ShadowWalker's on the final floor of the Castle of Ordeal. Runs into some nightmares. He's going to take the fight. They have Paralysis Touch. 390 and 344 from the ice. Oof. ShadowWalker won't be taking any more nightmare fights when he goes to the waterfall. The first chest is a dud as a saber sword. Crabcake's taking on the wizard. Finds nothing. Quick reset. Crabcake's turning around. ShadowWalker has extended his lead now on the mastermind. There's Mancats. Yeah. I have to welcome E-Tap. There's the Baroness, Lyra SRL. Let's see, Hypes Nova. There's Fate. Mr. Vassetti, the Godfather, is here. Wote. A fan favorite Wote has joined us. Thank you for everything you do here in the community. Tarnin. One of my greatest opponents. Lord of the Synth is here. ShadowWalker checking some more chests, doesn't find much of anything. Crab Cakes is sailing towards the original on-rack. ShadowWalker picks up the Adamant in the incentivized Castle of Ordeal. Back to the Dwarf Cave ShadowWalker will go. Quake against an undead enemy will not work. Quake is a Earth Elemental instant death spell. Undead enemies are immune. Oh my. ShadowWalker took an extra fight with the zombie dragons, and they're starting to bash him. ShadowWalker's out of here. They knocked out his Black Mage. He's a little concerned about his levels right now. Crab Cakes has done a little bit more efficient way of strengthening her party. ShadowWalker has opened up a progression lead. He's actually a dungeon plus ahead right now is ShadowWalker. And he is not going to turn in the Adamant. He's going to make the different routing decision. He's in the area. He says, forget it. I'm going to head back to the original on-rack. I'm going to resurrect my Black Mage. And he's going to do Waterfall. We'll see if he checks the Oasis as well. He saves right out of the ship. Hard resets. Heads directly towards the Oasis. There will be no encounters. He's going to find out if there's a goodie item here. And he's got a lot of money. There's nothing there. Crab Cakes is in the area as well. She's about to pick up her dynamite, and she will sail towards the Dwarf Cave as we near the 30-minute mark. We have both water vessels for ShadowWalker. Crab Cakes is on that case. It's Edgeworth talking to Maya. That's Will Cleosis right there. Zardia hands the dynamite over to Crab Cakes. ShadowWalker utilizing that long run, he enters the waterfall. It's ambushed by Mudgalls, who just blast his Black Mage. He's trying to get out of here, and he does. ShadowWalker continues to leave the Thief up. I think this was an adjustment on ShadowWalker's part. He was going to let the Thief go. He has decided not to. ShadowWalker runs into some mummies. Didn't look like they had anything nasty. Gonna use a Fire 3. Whack away. The Thor's Hammer doesn't quite finish him off. We'll be able to take out the mummies here as we pass the 30-minute mark. We'd like to remind you that also tonight, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks, coming up on Speed Gaming 2 at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, just about an hour from now, Cyclone GU and the Baroness herself bring you Ali Gerbrap versus Gouda 632 in a round 4 matchup coming up about an hour from now over on Speed Gaming 2. ShadowWalker has made it to the trap tile. We haven't seen these birds quite yet. Bane Sword fires out. It's not going to get the undead, but it should get most of the birds. And it does. Crab Cakes turns in her dynamite. She has her water vessel now. We'll see where she goes. Does she divert? Head towards the volcano, maybe the ice cave. Does not save. Crab Cakes is feeling a little bit uneasy, it looks like, for what I can tell. Thor's Hammer cleans out the rest of the trap tile for ShadowWalker. He's up to level 9. He's going to heal up real quick just in case he runs into some more Mudgalls, playing it safe. ShadowWalker playing a strong, solid game so far. 6,000 gold, 13,000 gold. It's a required Oxyel for ShadowWalker. We have not seen the new town of Onrak. That is actually airship locked. So at this point in time, we do know and we have found out what most seeds are, and that the airship will be required. Crab Cakes makes the professional play. She's headed towards Castle Ordeal and her adamant. We'll see if she can make quick work of this pillar maze like ShadowWalker did. He hit a couple whammies, but it's really short if you take the right one. ShadowWalker rearranges his inventory, goes back. I don't think he's got warp charges. I know he bought it. There's crack from the cockatrice. That's Earth Elemental AoE, and he gets away. I'd like to welcome Fruit Strike to the chat. Longtime fan, and I'm a fan. I'm a Fruit Strike kind of guy. Always a pleasure to see you. We don't see you enough, but when you do, you make me smile. Thank you for joining us, Fruit Strike. Always a pleasure. Joins us here on Twitch multiple times. Joins us on YouTube. Which reminds me, we have more YouTube exclusive things in the works as well. Stay tuned for that. Crab Cakes makes quick work of the pillar maze. Is on the final floor. ShadowWalker trying to get out of the waterfall. ShadowWalker's actually extended his lead even probably a little bit more. If I were to put a time frame on it, these are some high HP nightmares, ShadowWalker. 340's good for one of them. He's going to burn up the spell charges and because he's almost out of the waterfall and he's up to level 10. Crab Cakes picks up her adamant. If I was to guess, ShadowWalker leads right now by about 4.5 minutes. That might be a little bit strong. ShadowWalker not messing around whatsoever. Doesn't even go back to the town to save. You can see, you can feel it, fans. If you watch what he's doing, he's dead serious about this. I could tell you what happened last week. We had the pairings from our tournament director, Tristal MTG, and this matchup came up. It wasn't a half hour later that ShadowWalker was streaming and practicing. And you knew, right then and there, that he was taking this seriously. It wasn't 12 hours later that I got home from work on Monday morning and I had a message from ShadowWalker. He said, I need some advice, I want to know what you think about a few different things, and I want to know what you know. We talked for a little bit and I told him what it was that I thought. ShadowWalker's got a great support group as well. He's the leader of the community center of Final Fantasy Randomizer. I know he's discussed a lot of things with them. And he started taking it serious from minute one. He wants to win this. The general consensus in the community is that Crab Cakes is a favorite in this match. 65-35 would be the general. But that all changes when you turn in an adamant first. And Smithy McBeardsword has the floater. The 35-minute mark. ShadowWalker jumps back into his boat. He's headed towards the Ryukun Desert. Crab Cakes following in ShadowWalker's footsteps. She's going to pick up her required Oxyale. She's going to try to get through this waterfall. ShadowWalker maintaining that advantage. 2 endgame weapons have been located. The legendary Excalibur was free in the Keylak Dwarf Cave as the Mystic Key came so early. Vorpal Sword was also located early in the Canaria Armory. Flame Armor has been found. Oxyale in the waterfall. ShadowWalker 227 is the first player in the air, 35 minutes. He's heading directly towards Sarda. Another key item pickup here. Is this the rod? Is it the crystal? Required loot. Is it a ribbon? None of the above. It's the missing crown for the Conleo King of Northwest Castle. For those of you that might not know or might be new to Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy Randomizer itself, the crown is missing from the king, the kindly king. He's missing his crown over in Northwest Castle. ShadowWalker immediately is going to return the crown to the Conleo King. He's got his pet bats. Look at, he's got his own statue here. There's the king right there. Here you go. Here you go, Conleo. It's a trap. It's the Dark Elf Astos. It was Astos all along. ShadowWalker's gonna reset. ShadowWalker's showing a little bit of nerves here. You're not gonna get Quake to hit on Astos very often. Astos hands over the bottle. A couple of Ice 3s will be able to take out Astos. There you go, ShadowWalker. That's the first sign of nerves that I've seen from the Panther. Add the bottle to ShadowWalker's repertoire. We know where Gaia is. That's at the original Provoca. Crabcakes has made her way to the trap tile inside the waterfall. Fire 3 does not take out the wizard mummies. Whatever follows that up more than likely will. Looks like another Fire 3 coming. That's Thor's hammer. ShadowWalker does return to the original Provoca. He's got the bottle in hand this time. No sign of a vendor item yet. Lots of money everywhere. ShadowWalker did not check the new Gaia. Crabcakes has her Oxyale. No sign of a ribbon for either player at this point. ShadowWalker pops the bottle. Out comes a tiny fairy, who hands over the required rod. Items still out there that are required are the cube and the loot. ShadowWalker heads directly to the ice cave. Crabcakes has her Oxyale, has raided her 6 chests. Is now back on the trap tile. She's got to walk this out. She's through the tough part of the encounter table. I'd like to remind you that coming up tomorrow, it's going to be May 3rd, 2019. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. Spells App, the Upstart. It's on Pizzapotamus. 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be brought to you by The Godfather, Mr. Versetti, and Saint Von Jester. We call him the bad guy of Team Vorpal. 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, right here on Speed Gaming. And a little bit later on, 10 p.m. Eastern. Battle of a couple of heavyweights, couple of players. Lord Fizzlebeef against Arson Horse, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks, brought to you by Dark Moon X and Hyrule Fellows. To welcome Mage Rion live right here on Speed Gaming. Welcome, Mage. Mage was actually one of my characters in my most recent match that I took on. Wonderful supporter. Always has been a Final Fantasy Randomizer. We thank you. ShadowWalker's Thief is gone. He has moved on to the 3-man a little bit later than he expected to. Crabcakes exits the waterfall. She will now sail her ship directly as fast as she can towards the dwarf cave. From what I can tell, Crabcakes is slightly rattled, like I've never quite seen. She had to double back and double dip some. She did not want to do that, and it did not pay off when she did it. So she's got to feel just a little bit uneasy. C-Note in chat pointing out that both players think they are behind. I feel that from CC. I do not from ShadowWalker. I'm just not quite sure. I don't think he likes his levels. I think he knows he's behind on levels. Speaking of levels, level 11 for ShadowWalker's 3 Light Warriors. Crabcakes, veteran move. Sails directly into a very close little port, jumps in her other water vessel, picks up her floater from Smithy McBeardsword. Crabcakes heading towards the Ryukon Desert, where she can get her airship. I believe ShadowWalker got his around the 35-minute mark. Crabcake's gonna get hers at the 41-minute mark. Still 2 loose items out there. We haven't seen anything quite like that. Is it a ribbon, making it really only 1 out there that's required? Could it be the loot? Could it be the cube or something that leads to it? Fire 3 from ShadowWalker takes out the Frost Wolves. Crabcake's sailing the high seas. She's made it to the Ryukon Desert. We're gonna call it 41 minutes. 6 minutes after ShadowWalker, Crabcakes is in the air. She's gonna head directly to Sarda to pick up her crown. ShadowWalker continues his raid of the ice cave. New ground. That's more money. He can definitely afford any type of vendor item, even if it's max price. There's the crown pickup for CC. Crabcake says directly towards the northwest castle. She's going to turn that in. It will yield the bottle. The bottle will lead to releasing a tiny fairy. And it will be required as the rod will pop from the tiny fairy. ShadowWalker continues the raid of Ice Cave, not much there. But he's at the incentivized chest now, and there's an eye fight here. This is the only eye we're gonna see. How strong is it? How weak is it? Does not hit very hard. 77 damage. Lightning 2 for 72. We're about 150. At 56, around 200 HP max for an eye. And it's the cube. ShadowWalker picks up his required cube. Add that to his list, and he's gonna take some more eye fights. Crabcakes has her bottle. She stopped off. That Provoker really quick. Thought it was Gaia. Realized, oh yeah, I saw Gaia early. It's over here in the in the old Provoker. Gonna turn that in to pick up her rod. Walker dealing with a pack of undead. Lightning 2 is not really gonna do a lot against him, but the follow-up of Thor's hammer combination should take out most of these undead. ShadowWalker's gonna do this the long way. It's like it was 30 years ago. Before you even had braces on your teeth. And to go through this double loop to get out of the ice cave. ShadowWalker gets ambushed by sorcerers with Dazzle. Hits on his red mage. They try to attack the red mage, but they can't hit worth anything. And we have route divergence. Crabcakes is headed towards the Cardia Islands. More gold. Opal bracelet for Crabcakes. The best armor in the game for a mage. And pretty good really for any light warrior. ShadowWalker hits encounter after encounter trying to get out of the ice cave. Crabcakes is headed towards Bahamut. We got the tail from Bicky early. Both players have it. Crabcake's going to be our first player to class promote. Near the 45-minute mark, ShadowWalker has completed the ice cave. That's knocked out for him. He's near the volcano. Does he go there? He does not. He's headed towards the original Gaia. He wants to find out what this town is. It is Elfland, level 3 and 4 magic. Crabcakes rearranges her inventory. She equips the legendary Excalibur. An opal shield. The pro cape is on there. The opal bracelet she elected to put on her black wizard. Danny, I missed the level 3 magic. Fade is at level 4. That's out. It's in the second slot. Neither player will be able to learn Fade in this match. However, Quadex is in level 5, level 4 black magic. Question from the Hangry Canuck. Was there anything loose? No. No ribbons, nothing. Excalibur, Vorpal. A lot of money. The herb is for sale for 45,000 gold. ShadowWalker 227 purchases his herb, heads directly to the prince. Is this a dud in the ruby? No, it's the slab. ShadowWalker has hit the 12 key item mark. It's an experience boost, 150%. He has not class changed though. He's not headed towards the Cardia Islands. He is knocking out dungeons and doing quests. ShadowWalker not even taking notes. He doesn't need notes. He's gonna head back towards the original Crescent Lake. Can't learn Fade, Cece. It's locked out. Nice try. He's gonna translate his slab in the new Melmond, then he'll head over to where he just was in the old Melmond, which is actually Lefane. He's gonna pick up translated slab item. if this is the loot, which isn't the most likely, but is quite possible, that would leave the loose items as the ruby and the ribbon. Crab Cakes has her herb in hand. She's gonna wake the prince, pick up her slab. Also, have not seen the crystal. That will lead to, something. ShadowWalker has found Nuke in level 5 black magic. Buys it for his light warriors. Doesn't have quite enough money though, look at him. He's gotta go to the weapon shop and sell some weapons. The herb took a toll on his bank account. Crab Cakes picks up a pro ring for her knight. ShadowWalker moves the wizard staff. Now he's going back to buy Nuke, but people are in his way. Sir? 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 Thank you. Crab Cakes translates her slab, stays at the inn. Hard resets and she's back in the air. I'd like to welcome Boletta to the chat. Thank you for coming in and enjoying the show. Been enjoying some great matches lately and have been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy Randomizer as well. ShadowWalker, with his translated slab in hand, returns to the old Melmond, finds Lefane right where Crab Cakes is, and it's a dud, it's the ruby. It's not necessarily a dud. The ruby will number 1 feed the Titan, make a whole lot of fans happy. But it'll also lead to 4 chests, which could hold and yield a key item. Crab Cakes is headed right there. ShadowWalker doesn't want anything to do with it. He's going to the Cardi Islands. Crab Cakes turns in, feeds the Titan. No sign of a loose item. Is it buried in here? A dragon sword, a black shirt, opal shield, and a Mazmoon! Ooh. Ooh. Business. Just picked up. It's the most valuable ruby by far we've seen in the entire tournament. It's 4 chests, you go and do it. CC does. Knocks it out, knocks it off the list. And she gets rewarded. That black shirt is equipable by her black wizard. It protects you against ice in battle, should ice some sort of blizzard. Ice 2 get cast against you. It also protects you against time magic. A zap spell. It will give you immunities. Crab Cakes enters the Gurgu volcano. We know that a ribbon is loose. There are 3 in the game. But we know that the incentivized ribbon is not an incentivized location or main NPC. We also know that the crystal is out there. Crystal will lead to either the required loot or the non-required ribbon in this match. That's the information that we have here at the 50-minute mark. Crab Cakes has not gone to the ice cave. That's where ShadowWalker leads at this point. Located inside the ice cave is absolutely nothing, except the incentivized location and it being the required cube. That is where we stand so far. As the crowd continues to grow here live on Speed Gaming. To welcome all the fans, and once again, thank you for enjoying the show. Because without you, we cannot do this. Without you, I'm at work right now. ShadowWalker equipping the opal bracelet. Excalibur. Vorpal. We also equip the ninja with the flame armor. As Crab Cakes continues to dig the Gurgu volcano. Question from chat, from Joe Main. Good to see you, Joe Main. Yes, Crab Cakes has class changed, as has ShadowWalker, and he stops at the Oasis. Vorpal? What are you doing? Puts the Excalibur on the Knight and the Vorpal on the Red Wizard. There's a ribbon for Crab Cakes. Is that 2 ribbons? Was that 2, Danny? Wow. ShadowWalker's returning towards the Crescent Lake area. That's a power gauntlet? For crab cakes in the armory. It's 2 ribbons, a power gauntlet. I don't know where that opal armor came from. But it's equipped on CC's Knight. ShadowWalker's digging out heal potions and potential level 6 magic. He decided to come back here. This is the first stall in ShadowWalker's game. He didn't want to do it, but he felt that he had to. Opal armor wasn't Canary locked. Thank you, Nits. It just wasn't equipped, okay. ShadowWalker has entered the Mirage Tower, and he continues to check chests. Crabcakes does not have the information that ShadowWalker does yet. She's not been to the ice cave to find the cube. ShadowWalker one-ups Crabcakes in the armor department. He's got the dragon armor. He immediately equips that. Crabcakes, however, with the versatile, damage-dealing, fiend-killing 2018 Spring Tournament winner for the best sword in the game, the Mazmoon, and 2 ribbons. Look at the menuing from Crabcakes. Do you hear that? Small and subtle ways, both players are 3-0. The tides are turning just a little bit right here. Especially if Crabcakes digs out some sort of a crystal. Which we know will lead to the loot. She doesn't have that information, but she'd find it out fast. New ground for both players. Kano on the left side of your screen, the Mirage Tower on the right side of your screen. ShadowWalker does possess the cube, obviously the chime when he got in here. He's got the information, he's gonna full clear this. Looking for the crystal. It's gonna take a lot of fights. And he's gonna look to possibly take out Tiamat and light his first orb. There is no way Crabcakes is going to be stopped in lighting the first orb of this match, though, with that Mazmoon in hand to take on Carrie. Mazmoon from the Red Wizard takes out an Ogre. Excalibur took out the other one from the Knight. As far as enemies, we haven't seen anything really too deadly. Nothing too crazy. We saw Crack. Crabcakes with a quick check of her spell charges. Doing a little bit of math, trying to figure out how many fights she's going to take. Does she want to take extra Agamas, maybe? Highly doubtful. She's moving down to the last 2 chests on this floor. ShadowWalker has made it to the less than greater than room. Treasure drying up. Iron gauntlets, light axes, okay. A couple more bucks, not much else. There's another Agama for the Mastermind. Checks the status. Wants to know the levels on her Black Wizard. Subtle and quick, that's what CC just did. Want to know how many experience points were needed to get the Black Wizard up another level. We'd like to welcome Adirondack Rick to the chat, doing so much work behind the scenes. Fans, Adirondack Rick was responsible for getting us on the air tonight, directing traffic, getting things going. We certainly thank you very much for all the support and all the work that you do for the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. Let's welcome TNT to the chat. And he's asking where he was. You were located with the confused old men, TNT. The Circle of Sages were off their meds, and they said, here, had this dynamite to both Crabcakes and ShadowWalker a little bit earlier. They didn't want the explosives. As we see, CC does take a couple extra fights. She's got a target level, and it comes from that Black Wizard. That's why she checked her status. Once again, we'd like to remind you this is the first of 3 Battle of Undefeateds. Next one will come about 27 hours or so from now. It's going to be at midnight Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Pacific, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. Tomorrow, May 3rd. It's the defending champion Edgeworth against the Buzzsaw, and they will renew their old rivalry. Once again, that winner will move to 4-0, as will the winner of this match. Excalibur for 198 from Crab Cakes into Carry. The Mazmoon for 134. See ya, Carry. 57 minutes and change. Crab Cakes has the first orb, but it is the Fire Orb. Crab Cakes, great routing, heads directly towards the Ice Cave. There's nothing in here other than the cube. But CC will more than likely have to full clear the thing. ShadowWalker re-enters the Mirage Tower. And I just figured out what Crab Cakes was doing. Crab Cakes was getting the extra levels, and the target level was to get a warp charge on the Black Wizard. That's what Crab Cakes was doing in the volcano. She knows the exact level to get that charge of the level 6 magic. She's going to use the warp trick. I bet you she's got one hit of it. And she puts the ribbon on the Black Wizard, making sure the Black Wizard survives. These little subtle things are why we call Crab Cakes the mastermind. That is why she is my pick to win this whole thing. She's Falconic FF the Enforcer's pick. And she's an incredibly common pick to go deep in this tournament. ShadowWalker continues his ascent in the Mirage Tower, runs into a bunch of vampires. And Zeus Gauntlet, Thor's Hammer, and a Light Axe. He's trying to save resources. He knows they're not the strongest. Crab Cakes continues her dive in the Ice Cave. Take a look at her menu, fans. Look at the warp. She had 2 warp charges available to her, but only the one there. And that was what she did, alongside a Katana and a Zeus Gauntlet. ShadowWalker takes out the Blue Dragon. We are nearing the 1 hour mark. ShadowWalker has entered the Floating Fortress. In search of multiple things, the Defense Sword, the Mazmoon, ribbons, potential Power Gauntlet. Little does he know they are located in the Gurgu Volcano. But most importantly, it's the crystal. Look at that run from ShadowWalker. It's a chance to strike first on the bad men. Uses the opportunity to get away. Frost Dragon encounter for CC. She's got to check these chests. She has the information now that the required loot is out there and out there somewhere. Whether or not she knows that it's the crystal that leads to it doesn't really matter. ShadowWalker sees those high HP nightmares again, doesn't want to deal with it, doesn't want to use resources, just runs away. Checking the Trisluk side of Floating Fortress 1. Finds nothing. Crab Cakes from the Frost Guarded 6 chest room of the Ice Cave. Finds nothing. ShadowWalker does not skip the Star Room. Doesn't really have the levels for Warp. He's gonna dig the Star Room first. Excalibur and Vorpal swings from ShadowWalker take out the Chimera. Fire 3 from Crab Cakes takes out the Frost Wolves. Four Mana Cores ambush ShadowWalker. They rolled 3, 2, and 3 hits. He's gonna take this fight. It's a good experience fight. I know we've got the Bane Sword from somewhere. I'm unsure if both players have it. I think it might have been Crab Cakes out of the Earth Cave in that quick play that she made. Temple of Fiends locked. Thank you, Danny3883. Thank you, C-Note. I'm being corrected by Lord Hayati. It's the Bane Blade. The game clencher. It's a 4-pack of Green Medusas who have 8 hits. 9 hits. 9 hits. Alright, I had to take a second there. Wizards for Crab Cakes. Basher Ninja. Poisoned Red Wizard. ShadowWalker's healing in the floating fortress, continuing his journey in the Star Room. I'm not sure what Crab Cakes is doing. Okay. Just hitting encounter after encounter, apparently. Comment from the chat. From Vorpal is wonderful. I hope ShadowWalker makes the right decision and uses the Vorpal to slay the fiend. You are correct. Another Chimera for the Panther. Excalibur takes out that Chimera. 1,000 experience, making it look easy. Crab Cakes has left the Ice Cave. Neither player has located that crystal to find that required loot. 1 orb per Crab Cakes on the left side of your screen, and a ton of equipment. Not so much equipment and no orbs, but exploration and dungeon lead on the right side of your screen for ShadowWalker. This is a highly anticipated matchup of undefeateds. You can feel the tension in the background. So much studying was done from ShadowWalker. So many ideas, almost maybe even too many. I talked to him before the match, and he said he was at work all day, and this was all he could think about. It's ShadowWalker's biggest challenge. It's Crab Cake's biggest challenge so far. And you're getting to see it live right now on Speed Gaming 3. As Crab Cakes enters the Mirage Tower, she's going to get her dragon armor here. ShadowWalker has spent a lot of time in this dungeon. He's on one of the last floors with chests. Last floor with chests, and one of the last floors with a floating fortress. He finds nothing. He's got 2 hits of warp left. Runs into some Mancats and Medusas. There's 8 chests left on this floor. And then the teleporter maze, and something we call the Bridge of Destiny. I'm being reminded by Danny383 in the background that both players do have the Bane Sword. It seems innocuous, but if you've been following Final Fantasy Randomizer the last 3.5 going into 4 weeks now, you know how valuable the Poison Smoke spell has been. It's saved matches, it's won matches, it's been the game clincher is what we're calling it. It's been a difference maker for sure. ShadowWalker makes it to the 4-chest north room. Finds nothing. He's going to use his last warp hit. He's going to check the 4 greed chests on the left side, as Crab Cakes continues to move her around the Mirage Tower. Fire 3 takes out the vampire for CC. There's a nuke into a great experience encounter in the Rock Gulls. Watch the experience ShadowWalker gets. 5,000 and level 22 for 3 light warriors. 1, 2, 3. Floating Fortress is a bust. ShadowWalker slowing down just a little bit. He was in 5th gear, he's moved down to 4th gear. We're on the Bridge of Destiny, fans. If you want to see the Death Machine, get out your Bless RNGs. ShadowWalker has cleared this whole thing and he has spent a ton of time in here. He has no ribbons. It makes me wonder if he even considers running should he see the Death Machine. Tons of Bless RNGs are out there. That's Torx. Torx wants to see it. Meridian BC, he's the proprietor. He wants to see the Death Machine. Boletta's here. Neon Gray, welcome to the chat. ShadowWalker continues to traverse the Bridge of Destiny. Crab Cakes continues to take out the vampires. 3,000 gold, level 20 for CC. She's in the greater than less than room, that's nothing there. ShadowWalker runs into some airs and gets ambushed. But the airs miss and can't hit. He's a little over halfway through the Bridge of Destiny, closing in on the Chamber of Tiamat, and he makes it. He immediately initiates the fight, 1 hour, 7 minutes, trying to light his first orb. Excalibur. 4 hits, 179. Tiamat, 2 hits, 2 damage. This isn't gonna last very long. Nuke. From ShadowWalker for 172, we're going to round 2. Crab Cakes is made to the Blue Dragon. Hypix's making really quick work of that Mirage Tower. She's going to run into a ton of encounters in the Floating Fortress back-to-back, though. Speaking of back-to-back, it's back-to-back nukes from ShadowWalker, takes out Tiamat. Tiamat is toast and history. ShadowWalker lights his first orb, 107 and change. He's leaving the Mirage Tower. We have not seen the Sea Shrine. We saw Crab Cakes make a quick dive into Earth. ShadowWalker is headed towards the original Lefane. This is Onrak. ShadowWalker's gonna do the Sea Shrine. He's going after chest density. Saves outside and hard resets. And again, another subtle move from one of these undefeated players. So that when he enters the Sea Shrine, he will have that long run to work with. Normally in this situation, fans, you go left. You head towards Kraken because you're only looking for the one loose item. I've got a feeling ShadowWalker, given the fact that he doesn't have the ribbons, a Mazmoon, a Power Gauntlet, neither player has seen the white shirt, he's going to utilize that run. He might even go to the Mermaids first here, based upon the game situation of what he's got. He does not. Okay. It would have been a different sort of play and off, but ShadowWalker is going to make the professional play. He's headed towards Kraken. Going to be some enemies here we have not seen. Lobsters who have 3 hits, 4 hits. Crabcake continues the clear. Crabcake seems to be doing the Floating Fortress just a little bit faster. Perhaps incrementally. Do we potentially meet up at the Earth Cave to light a 4th orb scenario? Unrunnable Red Sahags and Wizard Sahags, as they always are for ShadowWalker. Crabcake's Dispatches of an Eye. Here's those fights in a row we talked about. An Eye followed by a Grey Naga, both dispatched very quickly for the Mastermind. There's another Eye. ShadowWalker is nervous. He needs to go to the bathroom. Crabcake starts to clear out the Star Room. It's level 23 for ShadowWalker and one of his warriors, and another unrunnable Sahag fight. We'd also like to remind you that coming up Saturday, May 4th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Enforcer, Falconic FF, at 2-1, takes on the 2-1 Tarnin. Tarnin, one of ShadowWalker's good friends, strong member of the community. Had a great match last week. He's going to take on a good friend of his, Falconic, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, May 4th. That's going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. ShadowWalker gets away from the seafood. I sense urgency. ShadowWalker blazed out of the gate, and then I don't want to say slowed down, but he wasn't blazing anymore. I sense he feels he needs to get back into that gear. He's checking the Sharknado floor and the Sharknado room itself. He's into the double gray sharks. Crabcakes continues the long clear of the Star Room. Takes a long time, but she's really utilized the fights in here to gain some good experience, some good HP, spell charges, levels. Quad X from ShadowWalker erases a Grey Shark, as does the legendary Excalibur. It's nothing. The move from ShadowWalker doesn't want to take the fight again. This is the urgency I talked about. He's going to warp back and continue checking chests on his way to Kraken. There's a nice 3 from Crab Cakes into the Nightmares and the Badmen and finishes him off. Level 23 for Crab Cakes as she enters the final floor of the Floating Fortress. This sentry might give her a bit of a tough time. Nope. 415 and she runs away. Another unroundable encounter for ShadowWalker. He's moving on. Again, this is the urgency that I saw. He just went ahead and fired a nuke and said forget it. He's going to use the charge. 1 hour 12 minutes. Both players keeping an eye on that clock. You start to enter 115. Your eyes start to wander just a little bit. Towards the race room. We have a race room in the background, fans. If there's issues with anything, whether it's broadcast or any problems that we need to communicate between the players, and also when someone finishes. So they are alerted. And your eyes start to wander towards that. You look to the left, just a little bit to the right, wherever you got her maybe down. Distracts you just a little bit. Gets your heart going, your blood pressure rises ever so slightly, usually ever so incrementally. Crab Cakes is closing in on the Bridge of Destiny. We believe she's on essentially the same encounter table that ShadowWalker was. And they both cleared this entire dungeon, so it should be pretty similar, but we think that the steps will be off just a little bit based on routing. There's the air. ShadowWalker did hit them, they ambushed him as well, so it's very close. So we certainly don't expect to see a Warmech here. If we do, it'll be very late on the bridge. ShadowWalker's now starting to run from the lobsters and the sea trolls. There's more lobsters. ShadowWalker closing in, trying to light his second orb. It will be Kraken. He's on the floor of the Fiend of the Water. Thank you, Zardia, for joining us in the chat, talking about the polls. Links to the poll are out there. We want them to know the mascot that you want. People are fighting for green Medusas. The Bridge of Destiny continues for Crab Cakes. ShadowWalker has made it to Kraken. He's healing up, taking no chances. He's gonna fast the Excalibur and then, oh my. Kraken just smashed Ted, and Ted's gone. He didn't get the fast off. ShadowWalker's gonna come up with the nuke. But Kraken hits the Knight for only 28 damage, the Knight fires back and slays Kraken. Level 24 for the Knight and the Black Wizard. Keep an eye. Oh, Warmech! It's Warmech on the left side of your screen like we talked about at the end of the Bridge of Destiny. Crabcake took a few more steps to get here, and now she's taking the fight. She uses the defense sword, and Warmech has Cure 4. Crabcake gets the fast off and fires a nuke. More nukes coming. Heat Seekers from Crabcakes. Excalibur for 352. Warmech fires back Zap. The 2 ribbons protect CC. 324 from another Heat Seeker. More nukes coming out. Firepower all over the place. There's Lightning 3 coming back for Warmech. Another nuke for Crab Cakes for 350. Wow. 675. And Crab Cakes makes it look easy. Levels 24 and 25 for all 3 of her Light Warriors. Max Plus Pie is pointing out in chat that Crab Cakes has the information that ShadowWalker will not. Cure 4 is out of the pool. No fiends in the final dungeon will be able to heal themselves. Crabcakes takes on Tiamat, gets the fast off. And a power gauntlet. ShadowWalker taking on some ghosts on his way towards the mermaids. Fires a nuke. He's going to use nuke exclusively here. Burn off all those charges. There go the ghosts and a strike from Crabcakes for 204 into Tiamat. Tiamat fires back for 3 hits, 3 damage. A nuke for 151 and a nice 3 for 56. Crabcakes goes to another round. We don't think Tiamat's going to last much longer. This has not to use Quad X. Just uses an Excalibur. 437 damage. Tiamat's gone. Another unrunnable for ShadowWalker. Crabcakes lights her second orb. Ties the orb count. Does she go towards the original Lefane? She does. Mr. Versetti in chat asking about something called triple Warmack. I can tell you all about that, buddy. Grabcakes has made it to on rack. See if she checks the level 7 white magic. Top slot the red wizard can learn. Obviously the black wizard can certainly learn temper. Red wizard at the top slot. Sealed 2. She takes it. ShadowWalker closing in on the mermaids. He goes directly there. Lots of chests here. No encounters on this floor, fans. It's the crystal here. Grabcakes is making the same play ShadowWalker did. She's headed towards Kraken. She will hit a lot of unrunnables and a lot of lobsters. She'll be on the same encounter table that ShadowWalker was. ShadowWalker does have temper on his black wizard. He's got it at level 7 magic. Question is, mermaids all we have left? No. ShadowWalker still has the potential turn into the ruby and its riches. The Earth Cave is still available as well. It'll be deeper into the Earth Cave. Crabcakes check the first floor. ShadowWalker visits the ladies and comes up with nothing. He's going to warp back. There's still a couple chests on this floor, though. It's of a gold bracelet for his red wizard. There's some of the unrunnables that we talked about for Crabcakes on the left side of your screen. One more chest still for ShadowWalker to check. There's a pearl ring. 3 more on this floor. 2 more. One of them's key-locked in the reverse C room. There's the more unrunnables for Crabcakes. Same encounter table ShadowWalker had to deal with. This is not the match where the reverse C room is the prize. Both players trying to fight through the Sea Shrine. Did not have much riches. Another unrunnable for ShadowWalker. We near the 1 hour 20 minute mark. That's level 26 for Crabcakes, and she runs into another fight. Thor's hammer usage from ShadowWalker. Dispatches of the red Sayags. One more chest for ShadowWalker to check. Then he can move on to what we think is the Earth Cave. Be real happy if he turns in the Titan, excuse me, the ruby. However, I've got to think that ShadowWalker actually heads towards the Gurgu volcano because he has not done it yet. Crabcakes has. It's a bust for ShadowWalker. He's going to get out of here. We think he'll go to the volcano. Crabcakes is going to go through the same process that ShadowWalker just did. Great match. The winner will move to 4-0. We'll get rewarded to play either the winner of Edgeworth and Minochi or Will Cleosis One Fine Day. Got word from behind the scenes that we're going to have a special guest in here in just a few minutes. Chit-chat and talk a little bit about the tournament. ShadowWalker heads to the Titan's tunnel, feeds the Titan, and is about to be rewarded. He will get a black shirt, and he will get a Mazmoon. Still no ribbons, but we think ShadowWalker's going to get them very quickly. Because we think that the Gurgu volcano is next. Crabcakes is closing in on Kraken and trying to light her 3rd orb. It's been a back and forth match. ShadowWalker led a little bit early. We think that lead has shrunk. Oh, is he going to do Earth Cave? Oh, wow. He does not do the volcano. We think this is the right play. He's going to utilize the run and at least check the first floor. If he digs deeper, he's here and he's got the rod. We think the crystal is here. Then ShadowWalker could potentially enter go mode. He resets. He's going south now on the first floor. You can hear ShadowWalker mumbling under his breath. Well, Klaus is in the Earth Cave. Well, Klaus could be the Earth Cave in the first floor. Probably should come to the Earth Cave. Crabcakes initiates the fight with Kraken, trying to light her third orb. ShadowWalker picks up his defense sword. 60 damage from Crabcakes, followed by a nuke. Heat Seeker for 300. Oh, Kraken just bashed the Black Wizard down to 10 HP. Poison Touch to boot. Another Heat Seeker from CC for 336. Back to back, 246. Kraken has been dispatched. CC lights her third orb. ShadowWalker's walking the wrong way. He is rattled. He does not like this. I know it. CC's headed back towards the mermaids, the same play that ShadowWalker made. She'll hit the unrunnables again, some ghosts. Uncharted ground for ShadowWalker. This is Earth 2. There's a white shirt pickup for ShadowWalker. It's essentially going to be a full game clear. Crabcakes makes her way directly to the mermaids. There's the unrunnables again. ShadowWalker has got to full clear this. It's a trap tile and an earth fight. You'll have to take this twice no matter what. It's the crystal here. The loot is required for the end game. You must find it. It's the great search for the loot, and there it is. Earth floor 2 the entire time. 1 hour, 24 minutes and change. Pending the crystal turn-in, we're gonna call ShadowWalker in go mode. He will now step on the gas without any ribbon. Look to light his third orb. Okay, thank you, sir. That crystal could be a ribbon? Oh. Okay. Yeah, ShadowWalker does agree. He's going to continue to check chests. If the 2 ribbons that Crabcake found... There's 3 ribbons in the game. If the 2 ribbons were not one of the loose incentivized ones, then the loot is loose. The odds are fairly low at this point. We really only have the Earth Cave left. ShadowWalker does still have to full clear. He will turn in that crystal and get in that information, though, after this Earth Cave, should he not find anything. And if he finds a ribbon, it's just going to confuse him really even more. And if the crystal turns into loot, which we still do think it will, he will not necessarily have to full clear the volcano. It will be up to him. As Crabcakes gets the bad news that the Sea Shrine is not the answer. She's leaving. We think that she's headed towards the Earth Cave to find her crystal. Question from Piercing Mountain in chat. What did the volcano have? 2 ribbons, power gauntlet. Pretty good stuff. Crabcakes is back in her airship. ShadowWalker continues the full clear of the Earth Cave. Crabcakes is on her way there. Crabcakes has 1 orb left to light. She's got to pick up her crystal in the Earth Cave. ShadowWalker still has to do the Gurgle Volcano. ShadowWalker has 5 chests left to check. We do not believe that the loot is located here, that the crystal does lead to it. 3 more left to check. As Crabcakes has already checked the first floor of the Earth Cave. She can skip that. She's going to dig out her crystal in the 2nd floor of the Earth Cave. We'd like to welcome the leader right now, Final Fantasy Randomizer. Doing so much behind the scenes. Very special guest, Zardia. Welcome to the booth, my friend.
Thank you, Will. Good evening, everyone. It is a busy time in FFR land. I'm overjoyed to be on the mic this evening, and wow, how about that crystal?
Best time of year, right here in Final Fantasy Randomizer. Great action. A couple of undefeateds duking it out right now. They're in the same dungeon, nearing the 90-minute mark. We'll see what happens here with ShadowWalker with these 2 chests. Crabcakes hits encounter after encounter, with a 1 orb lead on the Panther. Nuke from ShadowWalker takes out the hyenas. He took this trap tile by accident. It's the 3rd ribbon. 2 ribbons located in Armory, 1 located in the Earth Cave. The crystal will lead to the loot.
Earth Cave loaded.
Yeah. Zara's going to go ahead and take over the show for just 1 moment. My name is Will Cleosis. Right now, this time of year, I am the Dragon Slayer, as Crabcakes picks up her crystal. Certainly, thank you for joining us. Zar, take it away.
Thank you so much, Will. Enjoy your break, buddy. The crab is out of the ice cave now, and she is flying toward Corneria. Over Corneria, and turning in that crystal.
Yeah, she's got to know. She's got to know what's the loot.
Certainly does now. Shadow taking on Lich. It's about to get Lichin in here. I really like that Black Wizard is swinging a certain weapon. And at 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 30 seconds, ShadowWalker has lit the Earth Orb. Crabcakes coming into the Earth Cave, a high 5 on screen as she is going to make her dive.
What a great tournaments are this has been. It's just been outstanding. We aren't even at the brackets yet. These 2 players, both undefeated, really showing what it's like to play at a top tier level and with a lot of class behind it.
Can't say enough about it. We've seen some exceptional plays this run. We've seen runners adapting. I'm looking at time right now, and considering the amount of chests that I've seen in this race, astounding routing. The tournament itself, off the hook. Way more than I think any of us ever expected. We've been much more polished with our crew, our commentary, reaching out to the chat. As a matter of fact, I would like to reach out to chat right now and encourage you all to join our Discord community. We have a great community of people there. This randomizer is so much fun, and it's very addicting. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. You'll most likely end up playing it again.
And crowds have been great here live on Twitch. They've been great over on YouTube. Volcanic FF really doing a lot of work behind the scenes. the work that Trenton GL has done to bring this tournament, our tournament director, Tristal MTG, and all the work that he's done. Tyrannex has put in a ton of hours, and really all coming together and working together as a team to bring this great event to the fans and to the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, and I couldn't be more proud to be part of it.
Indeed, absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting those links in chat, making sure that everyone has access to our wonderful Discord. Our devs continue to spoil us with the overwhelming amount of options available in the randomizer, and it's just really shown no end. The randomizer continues to evolve even as we speak at this moment. Meanwhile, we're going to get back to the action here. ShadowWalker is making his way toward the Fiend of Fire, Carry. An unrunnable Wizard Ogre going to stymie him slightly. Crabcakes has made her way to the 5th floor of Earth Cave.
Wow.
We'll be engaging the Fiend Lich. This is so close right now.
Wow. ShadowWalker's hit a little tough part of the encounter table, so has CC. Runs into unrunnable arachnids. We think ShadowWalker, and he is the first player to light an orb, the 4th orb. 1 hour 33 minutes. Checks his inventory, checks his heal pots. CC just cannot get away from these encounters. ShadowWalker returns to Canaria. He's going to fill up on his heal potions. Crabcakes gets a good run, gets all the way to Lich. Lich is not going to last long. CC's going to light her 4th orb. We expected this, Czar. We talked about it. Here we go. The final dungeon. 1 hour, we're going to call it 34 minutes. ShadowWalker, the Panther, is the first to enter.
He is in, and he will probably be trying to get through this as quickly as possible. Crab is right on his heels. We have got a race.
2 ribbons for Crabcakes, and the Power Gauntlet. ShadowWalker has 1 ribbon and no Power Gauntlet, but making quick work using that huge run, runs directly into the Phantom. Phantom's unrunnable, but ShadowWalker gets a break as the Phantom fires snorting. Crabcakes enters the Temple of Fiends, about to go 2,000 years in the past. Let's see if I can get a number here. It is exactly 1 minute. Look at the veteran move from Crabcakes, realigning her heal pots. Precious time. She doesn't know it.
Shadow discovers a katana in the validation chests. Big find for him.
We're going to call it 1 hour 35 minutes for CC. They're going to be on the same encounter table. Whatever we see from ShadowWalker, should he maintain his lead, we will see from Crabcakes. 1 minute separates these undefeated players. Winner moves on to 4-0 and a date with either the winner of Minochi 85 and Edgeworth, or Wilkliosis and the Lone Wolf One Fine Day.
I'm on the edge of my seat. The action is heating up all across the tournament, and especially in this race right now. So we've seen Cure 4.
Cure 4.
I think that's all we saw from Warmech, yes?
That's all we saw from Warmech was really Cure 4. Crabcakes dispatched the death machine very quickly. Crabcakes finds the snorting from the unrunnable Phantom. There's Green Medusas!
They are unrunnable.
We saw them earlier in the Floating Fortress, though. We know that they just rolled a lot of hits. Crabcakes is through the Phantom. She's 2 floors behind the Panther. We estimate about 1 minute. There's level 25 for ShadowWalker, and he's hit the hard part of the encounter table on the Earth floor. He's running and stepping on it. His blood pressure raising just a little bit more, and his pulse is starting to pulsate. Taking on Lich 2. There's a whack from the Mazmoon. 3 hits, 153, and 137 from that newly found katana. Lich 2 is gone. He's onto the fire floor. We know there's a good run here at this point in the encounter table. I don't even know if he'll get an encounter on his way to carry. He does.
I'm looking at levels. I don't see much of a difference here. We do have a slight difference in equipment, however.
And Crabcakes is a little bit higher on her 3 main light warriors. ShadowWalker's ninja is a little bit higher. There's a Vorpal for 104 from the Red Wizard of ShadowWalker to carry. Katana Strike, 3 hits and a critical for 113. The Mazmoon for 260. erases carry. ShadowWalker maintaining his lead. Although Crabcakes is only 1 floor behind, make it now 1.5. Runnable Seafood Party Pack. ShadowWalker gets away. Another Seafood Pack he's going to try to run. He gets away with initiative again. That's huge RNG from ShadowWalker. Here's another one. Does he get no more initiative? He does! It's 3 in a row! And another fight! Can he make it 4? He does! Oh, that's huge. That's huge, ShadowWalker. CC's going to have to go through all those fights. And ShadowWalker just blazed right through. Is this ShadowWalker's time? Everyone keeps talking about Crabcakes. Crabcakes is a beast. And believe me, she is. And she's gonna be some damage in this tournament. She's gonna make the brackets and she's going far. But is it ShadowWalker's turn? Live on Speed Gaming. He rearranges his inventory a little bit, puts the ribbon on the knight. Taking on Kraken 2. A couple of fasts are gonna come out. There's the Excalibur 2 hits 1. Or that might have been Mazman, I'm not sure. Nuke for 168 into Kraken 2. There's a Katana Strike with initiative and a critical hit for 64. Kraken comes out with Lit 2. Crabcake's still stalling in the earth floor. She's trying to get through. She hits the unrunnable earths. Quad X from ShadowWalker hits! Kraken 2 is a pushover. ShadowWalker's onto the Echo, the floating castle, and the air floor now.
Shadow making short work of this Topher.
Making it look easy. The chat is growing. Look at all the anticipation for this great match. Everybody's into it, and so are we. Lich fires the nuclear skill into Crabcakes. ShadowWalker never saw it. Cream Meat from the Sorcerers finally slow down ShadowWalker. Crabcakes is on the fire floor. 1 hour 39 minutes, and ShadowWalker is moving on to Tiamat 2. Healing up the entire way. He's got his ninja in the front. He's going to try to defense himself. A little bit of a different strategy here. He's going to wall the Red Wizard. Crabcakes is on a different encounter table, apparently. Nuclear from Tiamat 2 knocks out the Black Wizard. Bill is gone. Ted's down to 44 HP, and the ninja's down to 40. Tiamat is not messing around. Tiamat dispatches of the ninja. Cure 4 back into the Red Wizard, and more defense for ShadowWalker. He's down to 2 warriors. He has done no damage. He attacks with the Excalibur for 56 damage and only 1 hit. ShadowWalker gets a fast up, gets a free round after an ink from Tiamat 2. This is ShadowWalker's greatest challenge so far. Crabcakes is 1 floor behind. 7 hits for 408 by ShadowWalker. He's going to continue the assault. It's going to be 2 physicals. There's the game changer for 40 and a critical hit. The fasted Excalibur only hits for 74. Tiamat tries to fight back and misses the knight. Tiamat misses the knight again. Here comes the game changer. 1 damage. Excalibur 280 and a critical. Crabcakes is 1 being behind. 69 damage from ShadowWalker. Fire 3 from Tiamat. ShadowWalker attacks again for 122. It's another round. Crabcakes is not attacking Kraken. Yes, she is. She fires the nuke. Quad X from ShadowWalker. Misses! It's ineffective. He's going to go back to Ice 3, and Tiamat starts the assault on Ted. 418 is not enough. Can the Vorpal do it? No. Crabcakes is closed in. Crabcakes is on the same floor. Quad X! Ice determinated! ShadowWalker makes it happen against Tiamat 2!
Very nice. That was a perfectly timed Quad X there. He knew he was close. Like the play, getting the wall up.
We've seen a couple nuclears. We know that Cure 4 is gone. Crabcakes is on Tiamat 2. Crabcakes, remember, has the power gauntlet, but can she get there? Does it matter? ShadowWalker has made it to the floor of the Ultimate Fiend Chaos. We knew this was going to be a good match, and it's delivering. ShadowWalker down to 2 warriors. He's got to use that defense sword and get a fast off. Crabcakes continues the fight with Tiamat. We did not see the nuclear quite yet. We know it's her first skill. ShadowWalker initiates the fight with Chaos for the victory. Initiative goes to ShadowWalker. He gets the ruse and the fast off. Chaos attacks for 263 into the night. He's got Cure 4s. He's got 3 of them, along with Nuke. It shares the same level. Chaos attacks again. 101. Great turn order for ShadowWalker. He's back to full health with the ruses up. Crabcakes is closing in on Chaos. She's down to 3 warriors. There's a white shirt. ShadowWalker continues to raise his evasion. He's almost evasion capped on the knight. Crabcakes has made it to the floor of Chaos. 145 and attack into the Red Wizard from ShadowWalker. Crabcakes is about to pull Chaos. 157 from ShadowWalker. The winner moves to 4-0. Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer. Chaos misses, 157 from the Excalibur. Crabcake's rearranging her party, about to initiate the fight. More evasion, he is now evasion capped that night. Starts to attack with the Excalibur, 195. Crabcakes is on Chaos. Oh. The Red Wizard is down to 63 HP for ShadowWalker. But Chaos misses, that's huge. 6 hits, 49. Cure 4 to the Red Wizard, and she's back up standing. Crabcakes is using the Tempers. She's looking at a Power Gauntlet in the Mazmo. There's 411 from Crabcakes. Crabcakes is doing more damage than ShadowWalker is. There's a nuke. Crabcakes is attacking. That's 246. ShadowWalker attacks for 70 damage. Crabcakes is closing it and might win this. There's another Temper and another attack from ShadowWalker for 57. Can the Excalibur do it? 157. No! Crabcakes 257 knocks out the Black Wizard. The attack for the Excalibur, 18 damage, no! Crabcakes is closing in on ShadowWalker, he's gotta do it now! He's got to! 103 damage, no! Crabcakes trying to do it! Another round for ShadowWalker, nuke from CC, no! ShadowWalker with the attack, 198, no! Nuke from ShadowWalker, 322, a huge hit is not enough! No misses, it's Crabcakes! Crabcakes steals it from ShadowWalker! GG's and congratulations! ShadowWalker still fighting Chaos. This is the Excalibur. 137. Chaos attacks the Red Wizard. Red Wizard's down. Ice 3. Finish him, ShadowWalker. Finish him. Excalibur 262. Chaos misses. The Vorpal. 1 damage. Finish him. 7 hits for 18 from the Excalibur. 103. Chaos misses. 2 damage. Chaos misses again. ShadowWalker only does 30 damage from the Excalibur. The difference was the Mazmoon. Chaos misses again. 1 hour 44 minutes. ShadowWalker continues the fight. The Excalibur for 53. The damage just went way down. The difference in this match, temper charges that Crabcakes was able to get off, the use of the Mazmoon and not the Excalibur, and she also had the Power Gauntlet in her back pocket. ShadowWalker has got Chaos essentially dead to rights. There's the Vorpal for 62. Chaos dispatches of the Vorpal. That was a good move from Chaos. The Vorpal would have gotten him. There's 177 from the Excalibur. He's down to 1 knight. Another strike from the Excalibur, 124. Chaos cannot heal. ShadowWalker does not quite know this, but he's probably figured it out by now. There's 137. Another strike from the Excalibur, 137 again. Looked like might have been some sort of loop there. GG's and congratulations to the Panther, ShadowWalker. 2-2-7.
GG's.
Wow.
What a race. Take a moment to catch your breath, Will, and GG's to
Yes,
you.
sir.
What a finish here, and indeed, the difference was the Mazmoon. I don't even think I saw Crab do but 1 power bomb, if even that.
You know what, I didn't quite see. The difference was the locating of the Mazmoon in the Gurgu Volcano for Crabcake. She also had the Power Gauntlet in her back pocket. She had an extra ribbon too, but it looked like that didn't play out. And Crabcake was just doing a little bit more damage.
We are joined by ShadowWalker. Yeah. GG.
Oh, thank you. That was a tough and close race.
I'm sure you were on the edge of your seat, Shadow, but rest assured that we all were as well. You engaged Chaos well before Crab, and the difference was indeed the damage.
The difference is I forgot to equip the Vorpal. That was the plan going into Chaos. I was going to move the Vorpal to my Knight and move the Mazmoon to my Red Wizard, and in the excitement, I forgot. And that might have made the difference, because that Excal was just not doing damage for me.
Well, we don't like to speculate, but nonetheless, you played masterfully through the seed and had a lead through the latter part thereof. No shame in this loss.
Oh, absolutely not. Coming within 90 seconds of Crabcakes is a feat in and of itself.
ShadowWalker.
So close.
Oh, it's Will.
Hey, Will.
Good game, man.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. You led the whole way. Led the whole way. You made the checks of the Mystic Key early. Didn't quite work out, and your opponent actually doubled back to do those checks. Gave you a lead, and you maintained it pretty much most of the way. And you played really well. You should be very proud of yourself. I know I'm proud of you, and I know that your confidants are as well. So the plan, that was actually my first question I was going to go to, was to move to the Vorpal sword. Nerves, nervousness, take me through that thought process, please.
I mean, the plan was to switch to the Vorpal and the Mazmune. Honestly, I probably should have done it for Tiamat. And I think just seeing the nuclear from Tiamat that just one-hit KO'd my Black Mage, little bit shaky there. I mean, I knew we both had to be in Topher, and I knew we both had to be close. And my brain was trying to process all the things, and I forgot. We all make mistakes. It sucks to make them at the end, but Nobody's perfect. And again, 90 seconds within Crabcake's time is plenty good. I'm happy with that performance.
We are too. You gave us a show, ShadowWalker. We certainly thank you. Give me one moment here. I'm going to give you some hard numbers.
Tell us about that crystal briefly, Shadow.
Oh man, I had thought that I'd seen all the key items, so I heard the jingle before I read it, and I was like, yes, it's the loot. And then I saw that it was crystal, and I'm like, oh no. And so I was like, well, I'm still going to full clear Earth because I have no ribbons. And there's a 50-50 chance that this turns into loot, and a 50-50 chance that it turns into a ribbon. And
we knew it was the loot. We knew.
I was really hoping it was the loot.
Some hard numbers, ShadowWalker. You were the first in the air at the 35-minute mark. Your opponent, Crabcakes, 41 minutes. You were the first to enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited, 1 hour 34 minutes. Your opponent, 1 hour 35 minutes. You were also the first to initiate the Chaos Battle. You absolutely destroyed the Temple of Fiends Revisited until you got to the final boss. You actually probably extended your lead just a little bit. During it, you were...
I blew through those first 4 fiends. It was... It felt really good. And then that Chaos just did not want to go down. It made me real sad.
Crabcakes has joined us live here on Twitch in the chat, answering some questions, talking about a few things. Certainly like to congratulate you, CC. You are moving to 4-0. You will have a date with either the winner of Edgeworth against Minochi or Wilkliosis, and One Fine Day. That'll be coming up round 5, starting next week here in the Swiss tournament of the 2019 Final Fantasy Spring Tournament. ShadowWalker, I wanted to ask you something. You've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy. You essentially led the Chaos Rush tournament. You competed in that. You competed in the Highlander tournament. You're still live in that and doing quite well. You jump into this. As far as the spring tournament goes, what are your expectations? What are your goals?
Well, my goal for the Swiss rounds was to go 5-0, and obviously that can't happen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to make Final 4 in the bracket stage, so...
Okay.
Crabcakes, we might see each other again. GG on this race. I'll be coming for you next time.
We'd like to update you on some other matches going on as well right now. We are live on Speed Gaming 2 right now. Cyclone GU and the Baroness. Lyra SRL are live over there for the match of Ali Gerbrap versus Gouda 632. It just kicked off just a little bit ago. Where me and Zar are going to head over there and chit-chat and talk about how things are going as well. ShadowWalker, we certainly hope you join us as well. Coming up, more action. Let's see. 26 hours from now is the aforementioned undefeated match. It will be the defending champion Edgeworth against the Buzzsaw Minochi 85 right here live on the Speed Gaming family of networks. Also tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be Saturday, May 3rd of 2019. Pizzapotamus against the upstarts Spellzap, brought to you by Mr. Vassetti, the Godfather, and SVJ. A lot of Team Vorpal representing over on that match as well. And also tomorrow, May 3rd at 10 p.m. Eastern, Lord Fizzlebeef takes on Arson Horse, brought to you by Dark Moon X and Hyra Fellows. Like
we also have an update for a late-breaking match. Sorry, Will. Directly following the Mono Edgeworth match, right here on Speed Gaming, we will have Zardia versus Lord of the Synth. So we're going to have 4+ hours of FFR for you fine folks very late tomorrow.
Wow. ShadowWalker, we knew you were looking for the loot, or whatever led to it. You turn in the ruby. Did you ever really think about doing that until it was late, which yielded you that Mazmune?
I mean, it's 4 chests, so there's a chance that there's something there, but I never really considered it until I was going to Earth anyway.
Mhm.
I do not like to double dip, and essentially going to Titan anytime I'm not doing Earth is almost like a double dip, even though it's not technically the same dungeon. It's, a different entrance, but they're so close. I always wanted to route them in together. And Sky and Sea have a lot more chests than Earth, so I was always going to check them before Earth.
Loose, early, and required early Earth Cave item again. Earth Cave play. Not too bad. We'd like to thank both our players, our winner, Crab Cakes, and certainly a heck of an effort who led most of the way, the Panther himself, ShadowWalker227. Give these runners a follow. You want to see them play, you can watch them play live. ShadowWalker practices fairly often, plays a variety of different games. He does the floor and entrance shuffle, Chaos Rush. He's a Chaos Rush specialist, of course. We'd like to thank Zardia for coming in and helping out, giving me a quick break here for this great Undefeateds match. He's the leader of Final Fantasy Randomizer. Give him a follow while you're at it. We're going to move on to Speed Gaming 2. Ali Gerbrap and Gouda 632 battling it out right now live over there. We'd like to thank all of the Speed Gaming for bringing us this great match, bringing you over to the fans. Oasis doing all the restreaming this evening right here live on Speed Gaming. We're going to go ahead and move over to final thoughts. ShadowWalker, you gave it everything you had. What's next?
I mean, what's next is I practice for the 4-1, and then we go into bracket stages. So, I'm going to do my best. I'm a little bit sad that I won't be 5-0, but I'm definitely going to be shooting for that 4-1, so that way I can go straight into the bracket and not have to worry about doing the play-in race. So, whoever's my opponent next week, look out, because I'm not one to be trifled with.
Say that again. Also coming up tomorrow, May 3rd, another late-breaking match, really. This was actually just scheduled recently. Tomorrow, May 3rd. 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Mama Duck's jumping back in the ring. Moist Mogwai taking on Greggly Puff. It's going to be, looks like it's probably going to be on Speed Gaming 4. I'll be there for that one, certainly as well. We'd also like to remind you that coming up Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Cinco de Mayo, another Battle of the Undefeateds. The Dragon Slayer, Wilcleosis, takes on a good friend of his, the Lone Wolf, One Fine Day. That winner will also move on to 4-0. Zardia, thank you for joining me for the end of the match. Always a pleasure to work with you, sir. And what a match we just had here.
We certainly did. Thank you, Will, for that breathtaking, literally, commentary. Thank you, ShadowWalker, Crab Cakes, for a phenomenal demonstration of how to approach these flags, of how to adapt and save time. Thank you, chat, for interacting, for all of your wonderful questions. We look forward to producing more of these wonderful shows and races for you. And thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting us this evening.
Once again, thank you to Oasis, and a huge, huge thank you to Danny3883, who has done the most shows, done the most crew, and just such a bang-up job during this entire 2019 Spring Tournament. We can't thank you enough, Danny. You helped me so much behind the scenes and helped so much of our broadcasts so many times. Thank you so much. For Zardia, ShadowWalker, Crab Cakes, and the entire Final Fantasy Randomizer community, enjoy the show, enjoy the 2019 Spring Tournament, and revive the power of the orbs.